Stormy weather is starting to move along the eastern plains this afternoon. Compare that to a live look outside over Denver today, also with some clouds, some ominous looking clouds over downtown at this 5:30 hour. Thanks for joining us for a late edition of 9 News at 5:30 after the Preakness. I'm Jennifer Meckles. Those afternoon storms will return again tomorrow, so let's start with the check now on your forecast with Weather Impact Team Meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen.
Yeah, a little different scenario tomorrow, but we'll have a better chance for rain in Denver, but less of a chance for severe weather. But right now, our first severe thunderstorm watch of the season, that was today, and it's almost already out of the state. This is the city of Burlington out there along the Kansas state line. They're getting hit right now by this, what really turns out to be a line of thunderstorms extending from Burlington all the way up to the northeast part of the state. Look at all the lightning strikes showing up on radar right now. The strongest cells are down here to the south, just south of Burlington right now, moving on into Kansas at the moment. Some mostly small hail and strong wind gusts with that. The severe thunderstorm watch technically goes until 10 o'clock tonight. I wouldn't be surprised to see if they drop the Colorado side of this as the bulk of the weather starting to move out. Here in the city, we're still in the 70s, only made it up to 78 degrees for a high temperature officially here in Denver this afternoon, but we're still hanging in the 70s. The next 3 days, like I mentioned, tomorrow we'll have scattered thunderstorms. We will have a better chance to get rain in Denver, but probably a little less opportunity to see severe weather. And then Monday, nice and cool with probably a good bit of rain throughout the day. Temperatures dropping down to near freezing for most places. Our forecast for Denver International Airport on Tuesday morning is 31 degrees. So we'll be talking about that freeze coming up as well once we get past this severe weather. Forecast coming up in just a few minutes, Jenny.
All right, Corey, thank you. You may have seen out east a smoke plume today. This is near Bennett in Adams County, a brush fire that started this afternoon north of the Colorado Air and Spaceport. South Metro Fire says the call came in just after 2 o'clock this afternoon. Firefighters had it contained about 2 hours later. No word on the exact size of the brush fire today, but South Metro tells us it was about the size of a football field when they first got there. New tonight, the Weld County Republican Party confirmed their county chair has now resigned after being arrested in a child predator operation. 24-year-old Hunter Rivera was arrested by Larimer County sheriffs yesterday. The sheriff's office says investigators posed as minors selling sexual acts online. Rivera was one of 2 men, they say, who went to an agreed-upon location. Rivera will be in court next Thursday, facing several felony charges. Yesterday, party officers in Weld County and the Weld County GOP started calling for his resignation. Today, they tell us they got it. It's effective immediately. Now, first Vice Chair Adrian Sandoval will take over the duties of chairman until a successor is elected. An adult who lives in Douglas County has now died from Hantavirus. State health leaders want to be very clear. This case has no connection to the cruise ship outbreak. The state health department says this is a different kind of Hantavirus strain. It is one, though, that we have seen in Colorado before. This one's called the Sin Nombre Hantavirus. Colorado has recorded 132 cases of that strain since 1993, and 47 of those cases were fatal. There were 4 cases in Colorado just last year, and prior to this Douglas County case that resulted in a death, the most recent death before that was back in 2024. The state health department says preliminary evidence suggests this latest case came from local exposure to rodents. And unlike the Andes virus, which is the one linked to the cruise ship, the Sin Nombre virus here in Colorado does not spread person to person. In Colorado, experts say deer mice are the most common source and that spring and summertime are peak season for the virus. 9 News medical expert Dr. Pyle Coley says if you spot rodent droppings or a dead rodent, there are specific steps you need to follow.
What the CDC recommends is that you ventilate the area for about 30 minutes before you even get started. Then you spray it with a solution of at least 10% bleach and let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes. Then you cover up all your orifices, your eyes, your nose, your mouth, wear a mask, wear, gloves, double gloves if necessary, and wear some sort of protective clothing.
The state health department says the risk to the general public is still low. The investigation into this new case is ongoing. Health officials say also don't sweep or vacuum rodent droppings if you see them in your house or your property. That can actually spread the virus into the air. A downtown Denver block that holds generations of Japanese American history is now asking the city for help. Sakura Square, the leaders there say the property needs major repairs, and they're now seeking public funding to preserve this as a cultural anchor. 9 News reporter Ria Jha went down there today to find out more about why this is such an important area.
People know Sakura Square, but a lot of it is now covered in scaffolding. The last major redevelopment it had was 50 years ago, and now leaders are saying it needs another major reinvestment in order to protect the last physical piece of Denver's Japantown.
This has been the heart of the Japanese American community.
At 19th and Larimer, Sakura Square is one block, but for Denver's Japanese American community, it has carried generations.
Born in Denver
Joni Sakaguchi
many years ago.
is one of them.
And so, yes, I grew up on this block.
Joni is now board president of the Sakura Foundation. She's watched Denver's Japantown go from a neighborhood to a block, and now even that last piece is beginning to crack.
The urgency is the conditions of the buildings. We're dealing with construction and architecture from about 50 years ago.
Sakura Square leaders like Joni are asking the city for help.
The infrastructure needs to be replaced.
They're asking for about $30 million to rebuild what time has worn down and preserve what generations have built up.
Anybody who knows Sakura Square knows about Pacific.
My grandfather started this back in 1944, so I am the third generation.
Shelf by shelf,
Turning the labels.
Jolie Noguchi's grandfather built Pacific Mercantile to last.
Always told me to put my thumb on the shelf so everything is all the same. He's a perfectionist, you know?
Jolie is too.
Yeah, exactly. It is bothering me.
The infrastructure issues are hard for her to ignore.
You'll see all the scaffolding around our store in all of Sakura Square. Plumbing, but sometimes, you know, we have leaking, you know, in the ceilings.
She says they need help before the place that kept this community together starts coming apart.
Our cultural entity is going to be dying if, you know, we don't get the funding that we need to help us repair some of the major items that needs to be done. It makes me nervous because, you know, I'm not getting any younger.
Sakura Square survived one shrinking map because of families like Jolie's. Now, its future depends on whether Denver helps draw the next one.
We're hoping to carry on my grandfather's legacy for decades to come.
The city says Sakura Square's application is still under review. So while the leaders here at Sakura Square makes its case, the city still has to decide whether preserving this piece of history fits into its larger plans for downtown. Reporting in Denver, Ria Jha, 9 News.
Denver police had to get involved today after a special release at Cherry Creek Mall got a little out of hand. Video shows people pushing through the doors of the mall, trying to get inside for a new watch. The company Swatches was trying to launch a new collection, a collaboration with a Swiss luxury watch company. Denver police say they were called out to the mall for a disturbance just before 8 o'clock this morning, and they had to help disperse the crowd. Nobody got arrested. We did reach out to the mall to ask if there was any formal damage to property there. We have not heard back. This watch event got canceled here in Denver today, and people are really going bonkers for this whole special release across the country. That company, Swatches, put out a statement on Twitter assuring people that the collection is going to be around for a couple of months. You don't have to storm a store to get one. We called over to the Swatches store at Cherry Creek to see what they're planning to do since they canceled today's event. We have not yet heard back. Heads up, on the west side of town, there's a black bear spotted roaming around some of the streets in Wheat Ridge, the Applewood area near West 32nd and Wright. A 9 News viewer shared some video they grabbed today showing it walking around someone's yard. Wheat Ridge police say they got a call around 11 this morning about the bear. They tracked it into the Greenbelt area. We have reached out to Colorado Parks and Wildlife. They tell us this bear was moving in a good direction near open space. The Western Conference Finals starts Wednesday. You can watch the Avs take on the Golden Knights along with all the other fans here in Denver at McGregor Square. They have planned some watch parties for games 1 through 4. You do have to buy tickets to get in. Right now, they're just over $12 each. It's 21 and older. Organizers say they will have food and plenty of drink options. Also this weekend, the Colfax Marathon kicked off today with their 5K race. We know the winners now. For men, 45-year-old Adam Rich from Colorado Springs, first in the men's division, finishing in 16 minutes and 4 seconds. In the women's division, 27-year-old Medin Bayan from Aurora. She finished in 18 minutes and 47 seconds. And then Ivan Dodge came in first for non-binary racers, finishing at 34 minutes and 45 seconds. Congrats to all the 5K winners. Now, the big races, those are all tomorrow morning. The marathon and the relay start at 6 a.m. The half marathon starts at 6:30, and the urban 10-miler starts at 7:45. The marathon folks are expecting more than 28,000 runners this weekend. Don't forget, if you're trying to get down there, there will be some traffic impacts tomorrow morning running through early afternoon.